yeah. Coolio. Yep. This is a Limbus company, Ninefold Burgess. I already got the identities. I couldn't wait. Sorry. But I didn't update them, so I can read the update stories live. Cause I am curious. I am curious, actually. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit. My little. Okay, now I just. The thing is reacting. Yeah. I have an update to Ego as well. Also, Dante's Nights. Get rid the. I did also, funnily enough, pulled Capo Mersault. Hold on, he's here. This is he's not updated yet. I'm gonna need to update free him. But yeah, this is my man. I really like Heavy Legs. This is really nice. But yeah, let's uptie and read the story. Actually, I should read what he. I'll read what he does after update.
그럼 그렇게나 많은 죽음을 머금고 편하게 마무리 지을 수 있다고 생각했나?
New skill, Dawn Splitter, new skill, Crack on Dawn, baby! I love Crack on Dawn. Come on, passive Morgan for you. Yeah, okay. Let's read the update story. Oh, man. With every breath I took, the acrid air around me burned my throat. Cries of pain, sorrow, and fear rang out from every direction. Other indescribable horrors overwhelmed my senses as the thick blanket of smoke squeezed the oxygen of the air. Is this smoke war? I think this is smoke war. The smoke, yeah, it is. The smoke permeated everything, even in fields of battle packed full with the spray of blood and scattering shrapnel, clashing blades and bullets, whizzing past comrades and enemies both. The miasma found the cracks to suffuse. We used to call it stench, the scent of humans. Ooh, here comes my daily fix. Let me sit on your table, master. It's hot. You wanna burn yourself. Okay, this is total dissonance. Okay. Smoker moment. Terrific. Isn't good. There's really no need to baby me like that. Years have passed since that smoke left its final mark on my memory. Now I'm leading a small fixer office where I nurture and train pupils of my own. I don't know what my younger self would think if he saw me as I am now. This is major good ending, actually. Major good ending. Could he ever have imagined this kind of life? The kind of prosaic, peaceful life where I get to sit in a cool air-conditioned room and sip on a pleasantly warm cup of sangwa cha, my pupil brew. Here's a point, Sinclair. Preserve your best for your career prospects to redirect the focus of your endeavors to tasks that more befit the responsibilities of a fixer rather than that of a tea brewer. Therefore, his brew bomb. Brewing somewhat shocked and possibly so important task that you would spend the time every morning to carefully analyze your superior's movement and choose which toppings would suit his palate. Well, still, I think I'm pretty good at it, so... Could you have imagined the kind of sedate life where I get to enjoy a hearty chuckle every now and then, watching the shenanigans unfold as my pupils passive-aggressively throw jabs at one another about what are ultimately frivolities? Oh... No, how could he? After all, how could he lose himself daydreaming when even a split second of distraction would mean certain death? Oh yeah, you just got back from a contract, didn't you? The Urban Legend class request. Yes, I have completed a request regarding the 1,000 needles. No way! No way. Okay, right. Wow, you're impressive solving an Urban Legend class request on your own. Target posed an increasingly substantial threat as it mounted a more aggressive resistance toward the end. But I had a question regarding the contract. How did I go? For me, what is it? As the name 1,000 Needles would suggest, I was presented with ample opportunities to collect and examine some black needles at the sea. Bearing those symbols, I presume. Correct. Symbols with a yellow glow, to be precise. Its patterns were analyzed thanks to symbols used by various workshops that marked their output, but no exact match was identified. Imitating Stigma's product branding's all the rage these days. There's been an uptick in workshops marking their products, leaving their symbols in the aftermath of a battle. Got me worried for a sec. Maybe they become so money grubbing that they started sponsoring all kinds of maniacs out there. But that's one load off my mind. Though it isn't as bad as it used to be, the city is losing that warmth it had by the hour. The proverbial winter started to set its denizens lately. I like to this is gonna be a big one. I like to think I've seen my fair share of the worstness the city had to offer. But day after day, the increasingly bizarre and out there incidents find their way to shake and shock me anew. If there was any warmth at all, its temperature was rapidly dropping to what could be described as nothing else but frigid. Still, the optimist in me says it's not all bad, that we as a collective haven't quite reached the line we mustn't cross, and I find solace in that. Then again, you never know. Maybe there are folks out there, people already too far gone, and crossed the line and dancing, but as long as they didn't make it my business by invading this cozy little place I've got with my students, I don't think I want to concern myself with those things too much. Sponsorships? I don't think workshops did that. You did not? Herr Gregor is the proverbial poster child of workshop-sponsored fixers. What? Can't blame Sinclair for not knowing. It's not like I have habit of harping on about old times. I posit the argument that any sentence that begins with "back in my day" that you're so fond of counts towards the conventional definition of harping on about old times. In that case, could you tell us a little bit about your past? I know you're a very prestigious fixer master, but I never had the opportunity to hear about what exactly you've done to earn that reputation. Yeah, he's old, like, he's a war veteran, he's old. This is literally major the identity. Yeah. He has a prosthetic arm. Yeah, maybe the stories of those days are better shared in a lighthearted conversation, just something to be mentioned in passing. Enough time has passed now, anyway. Ooh. I've been using Stigma workshop weapons throughout my career, from the day I first started working in this business. And if you ask whether they were the best workshop weapons in the world, I was trying to find a weapon to keep me company through thick and thin. No, they weren't exactly all that. Then why did you decide to go with Stigma, Master? Well, I could say there was a matter of my thin, hungry wallet. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's a cool idea. I like it. if we ever revisit Shadowrun, then that'd be cool. What was I? Well, I could say there was a matter of my thin, hungry wallet. He's poor like Major too. But more importantly, big name workshops out there don't let anybody walk right in just because they come knocking on their doors. You gotta keep your clientele more distinguished, if you know what I mean. In other words, more well-known workshops weren't all that eager to take commissions from some no-name grade 9 fixer, even if he had the coin for it, which he didn't. Fortunately for me, Stigma Workshop was a relatively Wait, hold on. Isn't this a typo? Shouldn't it be was relatively unknown back in the day? Yeah, they somehow stole my Shadowrun character. Stigma Workshop was a relative unknown back in the day with a more niche audience, which meant that they had no qualms letting a greenhorn like me purchase additionally high quality weapon. Anyway, while the partnership was coincidental, it ended up being a win-win. I kept racking up successful contracts. Stigma Workshop reaped the subsequent renown and a new swath of customers. And as a token of gratitude, they were generous enough to offer personalized upgrades to my weapon. Aha, so that's what all of our weapons are. You catch them quick, kid. It's all thanks to my connection that Stigma Workshops allowed a young chickling like yourself to wield one of their quality weapons. It seems that our office friend rarely tires of self-aggrandizing behavior, though one cannot deny the veracity of that claim. Anywho, they really saved my bacon more than a few times of smoke war. The smoke war. It's the same with any war, I'm sure. For boots on the ground foot soldiers, survival was the only thing that mattered. The most surefire way to guarantee survival would have been to stay as far away as it could from the war. But that wasn't an option for nest-born fixers like myself. Some battlefields were so dire that even association fixers had to struggle through fight after fight with broken, malfunctioning weapons and worn-down outfits. But because I was sponsored by Stigma Workshop, every time my sword needed maintenance, they provided it free of charge through in a series of upgrades. Back then, too, I was part of a detachment, perhaps rather $2,000 a name for what really was hastily assembled group of fixers with the remotest preparations against the damage of fire in the heat of the war. We're a bunch of ragtag soldiers at best, but I won't deny that there was an air of unwarranted confidence among us, given that all we needed to do was burn up a pair of wings. But that day, that hill, we ain't falling back here. Push the line forward. Infestation zone clear. Regroup and rendezvous with the section director and calling all recruited office fixtures. We can do this together. Our right flame wall needs reinforcements. A monstrosity of evasive abilities, bordering on recognition, defensive capabilities that, with a single hit, could all but guarantee instant death. That was one of the decisive weapons of G-Corp. And Leo Association. Community for terrific. This is literally Shadowrun that Walp is knocked. That was one of the decisive weapons of G-Corp, and Leo Association was selected specifically to handle it. I was probably stronger than each individual Liu fixer, but one set of wings reduced to ashes. Just one more push and don't let your guard down, team. Stay alert. Looks like no, I didn't. I did not. I did not stream our sessions to Korea. I swear. Looks like we might actually have a chance there's really no point in measuring individual merit when it comes to Liu fixers. The moment an all-out battle began, they came together with combined fluidity, not unlike that of a single organism, a dragon, charging through the enemy forces under the section director's command. Holy coincidence, Batman! Yeah. And it wasn't long before their flames dominated the entire battlefield. For a moment, the situation seemed so favorable that I began to hope we might defeat this foe without needing reinforcements. And with how things looked, this enemy was definitely on its back foot. We would be able to seize victory. Jesus, how long is this? The enemy was definitely on its back foot. We would be able to seize victory with just a little more effort. Enemy altitudes down, but velocity remains constant. Its erratic movements haven't slowed at all either. Director. Goddamn bug. Its airborne vertical maneuverability won't be diminished much, even if we somehow manage to burn all its wings. That is not how flying works. If it doesn't have wings, it can't fly. I'm sorry. I see. The point of this operation was to prevent high-speed airborne escape. But another possible scenario we could come up with, based on common sense, didn't apply to a decisive weapon. This is the famous flame of Liu. Goddamn bugs! Truth, the Lord of Flies, by the way. We're getting more G-Corp lore. I am so excited. Oh my god. This is the famous flame of Liu. Slower than I imagined. The raging, seemingly impenetrable wall of fire flickered as it danced inadvertently, revealing the most minuscule of openings, and the monster's eye caught sight of two Liu fixers. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. Before most of the fixers could even comprehend what had happened, I ran desperately to block the beginnings of a growing rupture in the formation. Hey, it's right above you. Swing up. You swung, but of a curious delay. Was he your favorite? Oh man. You fuck. Okay. Dependable section director. Director, don't let a monster get you. Calm yourself and once the crack begins to split open, it grows and only grows into your wavelengths. But moving as one in organic fluid motion, the flames will scatter into mere cinders, no longer merged as a flame dragon. The monster turned and climbed, taking cover behind the fire. Taking cover behind the fire and heat haze that obscured not only its vision, but ours too. Fixers of mediocre ability scattered across the battlefield, served only as hostages or meat shields for that monstrosity. Christian, this be like, you fuck? Yeah. Before we could even complete our initial goal of burning its wings. G-Corp bastards, just what the hell have you created? Director! The Lord of Flies descended upon the dragon's head and crushed it to a pulp. Our forces were minutes away from complete annihilation. I had to do something, so I ran up to the front line and rallied the troops. Regroup here, to me. You know who I am, we even had a quick meet and greet, remember? All of you are now under my command. Focus entirely on providing me support, and I swear I'll burn that fucking vermin's remaining wings to ash. You're not our section director. We work with him best. I doubt you can fill his boots. Maybe. But you, me, we're not exactly flush with options. Are we? No, guess not. Fine. We'll march with you. Lead us. The world was on fire and we were trapped in a flaming cage. The sky above was nothing but pitch black darkness. Smoke from fires and smoke that smelled of humans mingled, creating a horrible crimson eye of noxious storm. I can hardly survive it in any fitting words. but I was the leader on the hill. And so, I imitated the dragon's head to the bestest of my abilities. I may not have been the guy to fill the section director's boots, and I was only flying by the seat of my pants, but by having a small army of fixers following my flow, and releasing bursts of flame at just the right moments, my firepower grew twice as powerful. I alone blazed in the glow of the falling sun amidst the burning field of infestations. With the Liu fixers behind me, I felt like I could measure up pretty well against even the legendary Vermilion Cross himself. My God, Vermilion Cross! I love him. I love Vermilion Cross. Oh my God. Oh my God. But the bodies kept piling and piling. Past a certain level, simple numerics like how many augmentations you have, where greater your gear is, don't incite the outcome. This is where the other, previously neglected factors come into play. Their training routine, the kinds of effort they put into them, the matchup between fighters, the battlefield, and the circumstance that might or might not give you an edge. Will last pretty long for a sunset dinner. Get on fighting in a pitch black night. He's a character from Library of Ruina that has like almost negative screen time, but he went up against the Reverberation Ensemble, basically solo. He did have the Honda Station inside. I really like the Vermilion Cross, and especially because my character. Vermilion is the color. It's like a orangish red, and because his cross glows with heat. I really like Vermilion Cross, especially because my character in Stars of the City game. Go fucking play that system. This is an ad for Jocafang now. My character Icarus, he became a fixer because of Vermilion Cross, and he aims for the spot Vermilion after the Cross himself had met an early retirement. I'm just gonna say that. Go play Library of Ruina. But yeah, I really like Vermilion Cross. I think he's one of my favorite slide characters. Eventually, I was the only one set against him on Sorcery with Foot. The Lord of Flies did not appear even remotely winded, as though he were drawing from an infinite pool of energy. The situation seemed rather hopeless. Because a fixture. Yeah. The situation seemed rather hopeless, but I was young at the time. I still had that youthful streak of rebelliousness burning somewhere within me. Because I wasn't ready to sit down and let death take me. So I gathered whatever strength I had left in me, all the muscle memory, all the training I've done up to that moment, and held it all in my hand. Hey, Flybud, I don't know if you've been keeping track of the time, but the sun will be peeking over the horizon soon. Just look at how the faintest blue seemed to encroach into the black night, heralding the crack of dawn! Yo! Fixer? Oh! The Fixer at the crack of dawn, Gregor! That is so cool. Only one of support. So this is Major before he was washed up, right? This is Major when he was still young. So I guess. Oh, this is so cool. Oh shit. The heated blade draws a beautiful pattern as it cleaves through space for me under the distant sky. Okay, so no way that he can just do that. Okay, so Lord Dump, for those who are not into product as I am, a cleaving space or or cutting through space is something any swordsman can achieve in the Project universe if they're sufficiently enough skilled. Like, basically cutting through space. It's like that. Yeah, we should come up with the titles for Shaman Crew. That's true. But cleaving through space is like the one of the peaks of swordsmanship you can display in the Project universe. So this might be just saying, this might be a reference to him literally being that skilled that he can rend space, or this is just a way of saying the blade, you know, flying through the air. But the reach of my blade is too short to strike the monster. It evades to the side of the east, regurgitates a stream of corrosive fluid, and it lands right on my sword arm, melting it, eating through flesh. Oh, that's how he gets so prosthetic. Okay. Lands right on my sword arm, melting it, eating through flesh and bone. You know what they say? That it's darkest before it's dawn. But it's pretty bright out here now. Fuck you. I can feel its fluid spreading. Oh. Eating away at my torso from shoulder to hip. But at the same time, so the space, my purest resolve and sword has rent through. Yeah, no, he is rending space. He is doing it. It's sundered fabric melting away as through by flame. And the fly's wings that were touching the very tip of my blade's arc fall apart, its sliced segments melting away. Now that I didn't see coming. But what will you do now? It seems you're now out of options. I didn't quite imagine it happening like this, but at least they made it in time for the sunrise. Say hello to my reinforcement in your death. That's no mission mark. Wait, is that? No way. Though the battle was fierce, all he managed to do at the end of the day was cut off its means of escape. I think that was Valencia. There's no way Salvador... I mean, it makes sense. They were on the same side. They used similar weaponry, so they would be in the same division. There's no way Salvador fought with Valencia. Holy shit! Though the battle was fierce, all we managed to do at the end of the day was cut off its means of escape. And the reinforcement command decided to send out was but a single combatant. A single combatant to face this unsurmountable foe was still armed, unpredictable movements, and seemingly bottomless well of stamina. So, I need to look at Valentina Rodion's update story. I don't remember if she fights the Lord of Flies or the Maggot Prince. No, I think she fights Lord of Flies then. Yeah, this could be a prequel to Valentina Rodion's update story in a way. Yeah, it's playing the House of Spiders foam corridor music. This is definitely right. I'd be lying if I said the realization didn't hit me of a wave of disappointment found sense of utility. Hey. Did I say maggot? It's supposed to be MAGA, like the little bug, the white bugs that get into your food and flies out of it. Hey. Yep, that's balancing up. That's her reload. I remember because I started using her identity. Don't you know who I am? But nobody who's fought even a single skirmish in this battlefront would recognize the woman who just marched up to the battlefield with a cigar smoke billowing in the wind. That is her. She's the same person who survived the brutal gauntlet of duel after duel. Okay, that's fair. Duel after duel that mercilessly cut down a number of promising futures, namely that grade 1 fixer who was popular candidate for the title color fixer, the rising right hand of a Soto Capo, and the others whose prospects were just as good. I wonder who this could be about. And the emerged victorious, one battle, another monster of another nature. Of course I do. I've seen the way you fight. After leaving everything in her hands, I took to our encampment in the backlines and had my injuries treated. And surrounded by the roaring cheer of spectators, I got to watch a recording of our battle against Lord of the Flies. The footage slowed down by several dozen times, the only way the video could have captured the way the combatants sped and zoomed around each other. In that Dragon Ball ass fight, okay? In that footage, it seemed as though the reinforcement managed to behead the Lord of the Flies, killing it instantly before it even realized it was dying. As it turns out, if you kill the Lord of the Flies before it even registers its own death, it won't have the chance to spawn the Maggot Prince. It was a shame that so much of the work we did to prepare to counter the Maggot Prince went to waste, but thanks to the Stigma Workshop symbol seared on the back of the Lord of Flies, and with the witness reports from the U-Fixers who survived the massacre, they recognized me as a major contributor to the success of that operation. Gregor. Did somebody drop the G? Herr Gregor? Sorry, must have gotten lost from missing. Anyway, apparently burning the monster's wings ended up being one hell of a promotion for Stigma Workshop. You fellas better learn to appreciate me because I'm the only reason they're still offering weapons, sponsorships to our office even in my semi-retirement. Not to mention how the connections I made then got us to the position of the Leo Association's affiliate office. Wow, you really are amazing, mister. Amazing? Come on, I'm just a washed up picture of a broken body that never fully healed. Damages caused by Lord of the Flies' extreme corrosive fluid would have been difficult to recover from even with a key corp ampule of a fairly high purity. Yeah! It is likely that his nerves failed to fully regenerate. Yo! Nerve system mentioned! Major! Yeah. Guess not. Guess so. Still, it's all thanks to that one ampule I got for outstanding valor that I'm still alive. I'm kicking after all this time. Remember, those ampules were even rarer back in my day. Wow. Huh. Kinda weird that the lady who slayed the 6 weapons in the news at all nowadays, though. Yeah, I wonder why. Haven't heard much about her myself in a long while. Shush, she sure didn't seem the type to get herself killed unceremoniously, too. Well, she's probably enjoying herself in a comfy seat, lording over peons like us. Anyways, how's that for a hard pickup on about old times? Not enough yet? After a lighthearted jabs, I pick up a piece of paper that's been on my desk for a while today. Related to our next contract. Is that the object that's had the fixtures industry a buzz lately? You got that right. This is what our next contract will be about. Send my spy, alum. What the fuck is an alum? Death is connected to this contract too. Oh, he's talking about Walter. Yeah. Walter. Don't go to the library, Walter. Oh no. I'm sorry for your loss, Master. Can't imagine what you're going through. My heart's unscathed, kid. I was never fond of that fellow. The question is, have you heard anything about this object, Sinclair? Something that they call the library's invitation. No, I know that's Svias too. I don't know what an alum is. I'm cool with it. Alum. Definition. I should probably. Oh, okay. Alum is short word for alumnus or alumna. It means someone who graduated from or attended the school. Okay. Something they call the library's invitation. Oh, okay, that's the update. Damn, this art is so good, unironically. I really like it. I have to read this kit, because they haven't read his numbers yet. Yeah, for the Lunacy. The Flash of Sun. Oh. Final power +1 for every 4 burn plus tremor on target. Okay. At 30 plus light of daybreak, this skill gains an extra coin to us on the break. Inflict 1 burn, inflict 2 tremor count, inflict 1 burn. Okay. Pretty basic. Sunset Blade. No, it's fine. Is an association. In the Project Mooniverse, there are 12 associations, and they are numbered 1 through 12. There's Hana, which is 1 in green. There's Zwei, which is 2 in German. Tres, which is 3 in Spanish. She is 4 in Japanese, so on and so forth. They are named different languages. They're named after numbers in different languages, up to 11, but there's probably 12 association that's not named yet. So yeah. Final power +1 for every 4 burn. Okay, very same thing. At 20 plus light of daybreak, this skill gains an extra coin free as breakable. Okay. 2 burn, 1 burn, 1 tremor. What's the quick power? Pretty good. That's pretty good for a skill 2. That rolls. That's 12. Yeah, that rolls 16 on a skill 2 without conditionals. And 20 with conditionals. That's pretty good. Wow. Yeah, okay. Dawn Splitter. Combat start, apply 2 protection on 2 random allies. Prioritize allies that do not have protection. Among them, prioritize Dawn Office allies. Jesus Christ. Before use at 30 light of daybreak, activate Crackcut Dawn. At 20 plus light of daybreak, activate the following effects. Final power +1, convert weapons skill to unbreakable. Attack and apply 1 Dawn Herald. Jesus Christ. Max stack +3, base skills that inflict burn potency, count or inflict burn, deal plus 10% damage. If the skill is a wrath skill, deal plus 15 damage instead. There's so much text. Base skills that inflict burn potency, count or inflict unique burn can gain class power +1. If this unit is a Dawn Office identity, gain base power +1 instead. Turn and lose 1 stack. I'll read that later. Okay. At 20 plus light of daybreak, I'll tell you. Okay. Okay. Inflict 3 burn, inflict 3 tremor, inflict 2 burn count, 2 tremor count. Trigger amplitude conversion to tremor scorch. On a trigger tremor burst or strike tremor count. Okay, this is a +1. This skill is a +1 positive. This skill is +1 as well. This skill is +2. Wait, does tremor decay? Yes, there is a bonus. This is a +1. This is net 0, and this is -1. Okay. Let's do differences. Crackfoot Dawn. Okay, let me read it from here. Still free. 4 coins. That rolls 6, 12, 17. Oh, that's 15 plus burn coin per. Okay. Don't get it this year. Look at the 3 burning 20 plus. Fuck no. Okay. The plus 15% damage for every extra stack. Like, oh yeah, beyond the number of actual targets for focused magnetic parts. Okay, so at max it deals 2 times the damage if there's only 1 target. That's it. Yeah. Apply 2 protection next turn. Okay, that's identical. At 15 plus burn, coin power +1, attack and activate the following effects. Apply 3 Dawn Herald on next turn on all allies, consume up to 15 burn on self, and heal 15 plus burn consumed percent HP. Okay. That is so much healing! Hold on! Because that's percent! 271 HP. Let me open up a calculator. That is minimum 30%. So 30 by 271 times 1. Oh, yes. Am I stupid? I'm stupid. That is so much health. That's 1/3 of his fucking health for using Crack of Dawn. Jesus. Unbreakable coin. Okay. That is insane. Oh. At one of the countless raging battlefields of the smoke lord, this very technique melted down and cleaved through a certain decisive weapon's last pair of wings, and the space it inhabited, crawling the dawn's end. That almost killed me. Lady, do you think you can finish that monster off? Okay. Cool. Defense skill, assist defense, 5 light of daybreak. Okay. Okay. I have to read this transcript too. Passives. Fixer at the crack of dawn. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, gains 0 light of daybreak. Cannot be staggered or fall below 1 HP due to burn damage. Take minus 50% damage from burn effects. Okay. Round it down. At less than 50% HP, takes minus 75% damage from burn effects. Damn! Dawn Office. Jesus, there's so much fucking text. Oh my god. Dawn Office. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, there are 2+ allied Dawn Office identities, including this unit on the field. Apply Dawn Office stack on all Dawn Office enemies equal to the number of Dawn Office enemies. Just type in 3, bro. If Dawn Office Fixer Sinclair is on the field, activate the following effects. Dawn Office Fixer Sinclair gains from Dawnbreak to Sunset. Turn start, if Dawn Office Rep Gregor is defeated, convert from Dawnbreak to Sunset on Dawn Office Sinclair into Blazing Sunset. At the start of a battle, nothing happens. Yeah. To the start of if Dawn Office... Okay, if Dawn Office Fixer Sinclair has less than 50% HP, apply Escape Apparatus on that unit once per encounter. Dawn Office. Next stack 3. Gain 1 office level for every stack. Turn start at 3 stack. Heal 5 SP. If all other allied identities that have Dawn Office are defeated, expires. Okay. Jesus, there's so much text. The Dawn Office of this mirror world, unlike that of others, has yet to completely lose its fervor. One can reasonably conjecture that the 2 leading fixers of this office have sufficient competence to find work as grade 1 of the vocation. However, it must be stated that the office and its fixers' grades not vary from those of other observed mirror worlds, as combat capabilities hardly the sole criterion by which grades are assigned. Failure to meet the conditions stipulated by the contract clauses to the client's satisfaction, a skew of high-risk contracts that contribute to advancement of fixer grades. These are all conditions that limits one's mobility. Yeah. One's mobility along the ladder of fixer grades. Okay. From Dawnbreak to Sunset. Why is there so much text? If this unit has 3+ stagger thresholds, remove first stagger threshold. Turn end if this unit is staggered. Recover from stagger. This unit is uptype 3 or higher. Replace one of its base skills with skill 3. Really good. Excluding 4 staggers once per encounter. Prioritize the skill of its lowest rank. So, skill 1s. Turn start, heal 5 SP. Passive unstable shell of ego effects. Base attack skills effects. And volatile passion effects. How many times are gonna say effects? Cannot reduce this unit's SP below 25. When in volatile ego, wax and pinion state, gain the following effects. Turn start, gain shield equal to 15% of max HP. Okay. When hit while this unit has shield, inflict 1 burn against the attacker 2 times per turn. Activate Scorch Field on this field. Scorch Field effects. Stores all burn damage dealt in this zone. Resets when moving to a different zone. This value is shared by all characters. There's no different text. What a pleasant aroma. You're practically a color fixer when it comes to brewing Sangwa Cha, you know that? I hereby anoint with the color fixer, the yellow Sangwa. That's all then. I'll be tutoring you myself, so you'd better keep it up. I see real potential in your kid. Your Sangwa Cha brewing skills have this instinctive grasp of the moment, and being able to recognize that moment is the key to just about everything. Oh, okay. This is mostly the same. The numbers are just higher. Yes. Yeah. Okay, it has different flavor text. Master, please, I still have so much to learn, you said yourself. Dawn is a fleeting thing. It soon gives way to morning and fades into daylight, with a promise of something that will bring about the evening. Escape apparatus. When this unit takes damage that brings its HP down to 10, this unit's HP does not drop below 10 for the turn. Turn end, recover from stagger, retreat from the encounter, excluding 4 staggers does not count as death. In chain battles, give this unit slots to a substituted unit and move to the rearmost place in the backup unit's deployment order. Escape from the encounter entirely. There are no other backup units remaining to swap places with. Next turn. When returning to battle, return in the order they retreated in. When returning to battle, return with the same amount of HP and SP this unit had when it retreated, and eliminate all effects on self, save for a select few. If this unit had less than 0 SP when retreating, reset SP to 0. Live. Okay. Morgan Foyer. When this unit has Dawn Herald. Okay. Morgan Foyer. I know that this means morning fire in German. Okay, I mean, they should shorten the fucking text. Oh my god! Whatever. When this unit has Stone Herald, gain 2 Light of Daybreak on hit, using base attack skills. When other Dawn Office enemies meet the following conditions, Dawn Office Rep Tracker uses the Flash of Sunup skill against the targeted enemy. Once per turn. Identity. At base skill attack end, if the enemy that was hit is staggered, use Flash of Sunup against said enemy. Does not activate if said enemy is already staggered for attack of the said skill. At attack end of the following skills, use Flash of Sunup on the enemy they hit. Prioritize staggered targets. Dawn Office Fixer Faust, use Eject High Noon, and Dismemberment at High Noon. Dawn Office Fixer Sinclair, Stigmatize, and Blazing Strike. If Dawn Office Fixer Sinclair is on the field on hit using coins added to Dawn Office Rep Gregor's base skills, your additional wrath damage will burn on the target enemy max 10, max 20 per turn, count as activating per. Okay. What the fuck? An A+ class workshop weapon that has remained a constant companion of its wielder, the Fixer at the Crack of Dawn. Scrolls down to get there, you like, yeah. Class workshop weapon that's remained a constant companion of its wielder and the Fixer at the Crack of Dawn since his first day as a Fixer through the smoke and its fallout. Every contract successfully carried out by the Fixer added to the Stigma Workshop's fame. In a show of gratitude, they repeatedly upgraded and expanded the weapon's capabilities. Just the Fixer's seasoned renown was built up over time until the Blade 2 was forged, remade, and sharpened by the years. Morgan Foya, and once regarded as an S-class weapon, inevitably lost its fervor and edge in the twilight years of the Fixer at the Crack of Dawn, as he withdrew from the front lines of the Fixer business in favor of teaching the next generation. Support. No. But let's interpret it as such. The ally who has the highest current HP inflicts 2 tremor on hit against enemies that have burn once per turn. If said enemy has 10+ burn, trigger tremor burst on final coin hit. They reduce the target's tremor count by 1. Oh my god. He might have a unique sounding effect. Okay. A prosthetic gear reduced by Stigma Workshop. A workshop normally specializing in blade weaponry, designed specifically for the use for the Fixer at the Crack of Dawn to use. Attempting to use this fire equipment without unstringing Stigma Workshop precise bricks will be met with swift consequences. Painful, flesh-melting burn marks seared into the user's body. He does not look like he has unique sound. There's still one more identity, by the way. They're still her. Oh my god. That's fair. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a water, and then we'll get into the update story of Dawn Office fixture Faust. At the start of battle, nothing happens, and if A and B are there, you get stacks of Dawn coins. You can then spend those Dawn coins to get prosthesis actions. When only A is dead and B is crying. You know what's really funny? This is probably how tabletops look like to people who don't play tabletops. That is straight up Shadowrun. You can then spend prosthesis actions to inflict Dawn damage on yourself or on B, where B has to go in cold, which will cleanse both of Dawn's sickness for 1 round. That is literally how Shadowrun looks like to people who have not played Shadowrun. Oh man! Oh, this is gonna fuck me up badly. It's been an hour. Oh man. Please be shorter than Gregor. True Dragon Nuke, yeah. True Radiation Grenade. It has been determined that this case merits preservation as a record. The following is the case pertaining to today's request. Case name, Thousand Needles, serial code DN-00113. Grade Urban Legend. The case has now developed to a point where assigning codes beginning with A to the victims no longer serves any practical purpose. Catastrophic propagation via a series of random chain reactions will be an appropriate description for the nature of this case. As such, it will be both inefficient and impossible to assign individual serial codes to every victim scattered throughout the street. Yeah, do that like 5 or 6 more times. True. The circumstances surrounding the case align with both the information gathered from rumors and the case report compiled by Representative Gregor of the Dawn Office. Now, briefly recording the state of the case. Sections of the building have been liquefied. Let's take a room, yeah. You could also just play a Street Samurai and hit. And that's it. I mean, unless you're doing guns, then you're gonna need to look up ranges and stuff. And beneath the damaged structure, traces in the form of human remains can be observed. Ooh, okay. Cool. I mean, I'm literally playing the punch and shoot guy, so I don't know. And damaged structures and beneath the damaged structure, traces in the form of human remains can be observed. Many of the victims' remains are no more than distal extremities of the human body. By contrast, it is rare to find torsos and internal organs that maintain even a moderate resemblance to their original forms. Given this fact, it is reasonable to infer that the prevailing cause of death in this case is something of an explosive nature. They shoot through, Nuke. Yeah, sometimes they shoot and punch and shoot. Yeah, true. Sometimes I get to use different bullets. So that's fun. Remaining bits and pieces of human flesh also indicate that the said explosion was accompanied by countless shrapnel tearing the bodies inside out. Yeah, I also drove once. I'm a car guy, yeah. Faust determines that all of these observations indeed point to a single property, omnidirectional fragmentation of this pitch black matter from within the body. A presentation identical to that of prior cases. The matter is abnormally dense compared to its mass. Its material strength is also unnaturally high. Merely touching the surface of the wall permits the matter to drill through it with negligible resistance. Immediately after making contact, the matter began to melt on the area several times larger than the point of contact. It is difficult to believe that such material could have been produced by the human body. It is certain that this matter is identical to the one currently under Faust investigations and object of the interest designated as Limbus. Yes, that is correct. Symbols of an irregular atypical pattern, which Faust had repeatedly received on site verification requests, 4, are present in the material. Now cross-referencing this observation against Faust's information, no matching information found in that case, the minority hypothesis, which alleges that the symbol points to a malicious advertisement attempt by a certain upstart workshop, may be dismissed as false. Now moving on to the next proposed hypothesis, yesterday's promise and demonic magic. Has the presently recorded case yielded an verifiable fact that substantiates the said hypothesis? Holy shit, yesterday's promise. Understood. Faust recalls having stored a piece of information regarding the body of a corporate employee found in back streets, a victim of the so-called gut harvest. The corpse also bore a much similar symbol. This is referencing Monk GP and the third one I forgot. Literally the first reception from Library of Ruina. Yeah. Gut harvesting refers to the criminal act of the Backstreet Syndicate's, but I'm sorry, by which corpses are stripped of anything considered to have monetary value. Faust, who limits themselves to observing nest-sourced information, may have been unsuitable participant in the discussion of this particular subject. Magic. It strains the realm of believability, but if such an incomprehensible phenomenon does indeed exist, perhaps this would be one of the ways by which it manifested. Balloons popping would be the closest approximation. The radius of damage is far too great for such a seemingly weightless impact force. What? Does the entity designated as yesterday's promise truly employ a power that may be termed as magic? Perhaps access to some more piece of information would help Faust thread together the truth of the matter. Yes, of course. Faust is aware that access to any information beyond this point is prohibited. However, it is an established fact that the entity's ability to concern its contracts, in which case working as a fixture should bring Faust closer to an answer. Understood. Then the discussion regarding this record will conclude here. Faust will need to head to the office and submit a report. Are we done? It will not. Sinclair said he had something he wished to say to Faust. The message was over. However, it appears Faust will not be able to hear him. It seems probable that this will be Faust's final report. Empty. Current location, the library, as per the popular denomination. Correct. This is the same place that has recently been reclassified as an urban plan. Faust confirms that writing one's name in an invitation alone is sufficient to transfer the invitee to this place. This record is best shared with the other Faust fans. Access rights received. Faust cannot help but notice access granted to Faust when it is already too late. Would that mean? No, please disregard that. Concentrating on the battle at hand would be the more rational choice. Yes, the opponent seems determined to make Faust their initial target. It's unlikely that Faust will be able to fend off the entirety of their focused offense. Okay! They're actually referencing how you're supposed to beat the Dawn office in Library of Ruina. You target Yuna first with this identity mirrors. Because she gets a buff when she's solo. Interesting. They are healing themselves merely by grabbing pebbles in their hands. And Faust hears the incomprehensible ringing of a cry, a song, or perhaps just an echo. The mind feels as though it were shaking and staggering just by hearing this. Is this an attack launched by utilizing the properties of abnormalities? If so, what could this place possibly be? Okay. Though I find this development disappointing, I should think of this as far-fetched outcome as fail me the opportunity to leave an account, at the very least. Because even should this Faust fail here, the grand objective of Faust must preserve at all costs. What? The Faust only has one wish, to know all of the city. Ending record. Okay, this one was way shorter. Thank God they put all their budget into Gregor. Oh my God. Okay. Skills. Flats of 7. Final power plus 1. Okay, same. Plus clash power plus 1 for every 10 fire butterfly coffin. Max 2. A 20 plus fire butterfly coffin can be used to final coin once. What is fire butterfly? Max stack 30 can gain up to 20 stacks per turn on hit using base skills. Gain 2 stacks turn and at 20 stacks being burned next turn. Equal to half of surplus stacks past 20. Rounded down. At 30 stacks gain 5 burn and plus 2 burn count. Heated to a smoldering temperature within the coffin or butterflies. The kaleidoscope spilling forth to melt and tear the target apart. This type of weapon is still too premature for you to wield, Sinclair, but it's advisable that you familiarize yourself with its properties. The array of blades within the coffin affords considerable convenience in circumstances where time constraints prove solitary. Handling of requests are possible in combat against multiple adversaries. Seconded offensive. Unused, deal +1 damage for every fire or butterfly coffin itself, max 30%. Okay. Tremor count and burn count. Skill 2. Butterfly slash. Final power +1 for every 4 burn plus tremor on target. 3 fire butterfly coffin for every 10 fire butterfly coffin gain the filling effects. Goes power +1 max 2. Reuse the final coin plus reuse the final coin once 2 times per skill. Okay. Burn count, tremor, burn, tremor, burst. Reduce target strength count by 1. Skill 3. Eject. You're so. Okay. 30 fire butterfly coffin I cannot speak. Activate eject high noon instead. If target has hit 6 plus burn plus tremor, coin power plus 1. Okay, really roll decently high. Gain 5 fire butterfly coffin. I'm just gonna coffin. For every 10 coffin, gain the following effects: class power plus 1. Max 2, inflict plus 1 brain count. Max 2, inflict plus 1 tremor count. Max 2. Use the final coin once, 2 times per skill. 2 times per skill? Wow. Inflict 2 tremor. Amplitude conversion to tremor scorch. Trigger tremor burst and restore tremor count by 1, 2 times per skill. Usually hit inflict 4 burn. Eject high noon. Wait, this is unfocused volley? No. Unfocused volley. Activate the following effects on target of every hit of the skill. Gain 1 burn. Inflict 1 burn. Or 1 tremor. Bitch, fuck you mean or? If target has no tremor scorch, trigger amplitude conversion to tremor scorch. Class power on use, class power plus 3. We just give it plus 3 class power. If main target has 6 plus burn plus tremor, coin power plus 1, and class power plus 2. It's getting so much class power. Inflict plus 2 burn count on all targets. Inflict 2 tremor count on all targets. Inflict attack and inflict power down on external targets hit. Gain 1 battle instinct. Gain 1 overheated coffin. Oh my god. There's so much text, bro. Max stack free. Minimum and max speed plus 2. Base skills inflict plus 1 more burn points and burn count on enemies. Skill eject deals plus stack times 5% damage. Skill eject high noon and dismemberment at high noon deal plus stack times 10% damage. Okay. Yeah. To resume the subject at hand, aside from singularities, there exists a means of overcoming the penalties incurred by using this type of weapon. Namely, effort. She's just saying get good. This may go without saying, but it is recommended that you focus on honing your body and battle instinct whenever time permits, both during downtime and when handling requests. Granted, battle instinct in most cases can only be properly demonstrated in the heat of battle. One might refer to this process as a warm-up, although that term is too simple. In any case, a heightened natural battle instinct will help you offset the gear's structural and technical vulnerabilities. This is how you may raise the baseline of your performance threshold. Are you able to comprehend this explanation, Sinclair? I can't believe they put in asking if you're able to understand this shit. Oh my god. I didn't read over heated coffin. Oh! Max stack 1, turn end. Gain 3 burn next turn. This effect expires. Did you get that stupid? True. Keep in mind, however, that convenience is always accompanied by a trade-off. A weapon of the structure comes with drawbacks that Standard Sigma Weapon Workshop. What fuck? Standard Sigma Workshop weapons would not possess. Inevitable penalties that can only be mitigated by singularities. The pinnacle of the myriad technological innovation of the city. Do justice to properly acknowledge the extraordinary qualities of singularity. That was tangential. Let us return to the subject, Sinclair. Stigmatize. Before use at 30 coffin, activate dismember that at high noon instead. As soon as overheated coffin, the effect above does not activate. At 5 plus burn, coin power plus 1, lose 5 burn once per turn. With clash win, lose 3 burn. Okay, very basic. And this is just her skill free. I'm not reading this again. This is literally just her skill free. But she doesn't gain overheat coffin. Passives. There's still passives to read. There's so much to read. Heat proof codes. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, gain 0 coffin. Lucan's favorite passive. At turn start, at encounter start, do nothing. cannot be staggered or fall below 1 HP. Okay, this is the exact same thing we have. Oh my god. If you have made up your mind to use workshop gears that utilize heat, then you had best be prepared to pay a slew of hidden costs. Unlike conventional weapons, whose variables are in the more obviously observable territory, such as sharpness and durability, weapons that radiate heat require all manner of groundwork to ensure the wielder is not consumed by that very heat. And that requires money. It is, of course, a simple enough thing to procure weapons that set things ablaze upright, or fabrics that will catch fire easily. But to play a weapon whose heat output can be fine-tuned and controlled at any given moment, according to the wielder's every need, or outlier, fabrics that ward off heat completely, such as exceptional gear, cost not only a fortune, but also the wielder's constant training to be an exceptional handling them. Naturally, if you have invested that much money and time, the return will come in the form of many more contracts requiring your services. Okay. If the office fixer Sinclair is on the field, activate the following effects. Also, soundbite. Dawn office fixer Sinclair gains high noon. Minimum speed +2 on base attack skills use. Gain base power +2 and deal +45 divided by number of coins percent damage. Apply the following effects to Sunset Blade. That is his S2, I think. Oh my god. On final coin hit, if target has 15 points. Average movement skill text. Like, there's so much reading. On final coin hit, if target has 15 burn or more, activate burn on target and target burn count by 1. Apply the following effects to Blazing Strike. Deal 100% damage. Jesus. Unused. Convert all coins to unbreakable coins. All coins of 1. Blazing Strike has a singular coin. Whatever. On hit against an enemy, activate burn on target. Then reduce target's burn count by 1. On use at 3+ volatile passion. Consume up to 100 Scorch Field. Deal +1 damage for every Scorch Field consumed. Max 100%. There's so much. Scorch Field effects. Okay, we read that. We read that already. The request has been resolved ahead of schedule, and the weather conditions are optimal today for a team lunch. Shall we proceed? You are shitting me. What is this? Project Moon, what is this? Okay. Foya Falta. Sigma Workshop. Combat start. Also, this means fire butterfly, I believe. In German. Combat start. When this unit has battle instinct, gain stack ×3 coffin. When other Dawn Office enemies meet the following conditions. Dawn Office fixer fire. Okay. So when they use their S3 or an enemy is staggered, she follows up with her S1 turn. I get it. If Dawn Office fixer Sinclair is on the field on hit using reused coins of Dawn Office fixer Faust's base skills to additional. Okay. I'm not reading on that. But yeah, this is literally what Gregor had. This could be if enemy staggered, follow up with skill 1. If Dawn Office Identity uses skill 3, follow up with skill 1 too. Easy! Done! That's fair. I'm probably gonna test these guys in Merit Dungeon and Lei Heng. The appeal of a weapon shaped like a suitcase from a musical instrument case is clear enough. I'll see you later, by the way. The first user may blend into the cover of daily life while raising a lock. So, arms of this sort are unwieldy and complicated to make use of in battle. That perceived shortcoming makes them less likely to be recognized as tools of killing. Secondly, weapons fashioned in the form of a case afford storage capacity containing shaped arms. For example, are actively used by fixers of the Deviant Association. Such convenience, however, does not automatically win favor of those who elect workshop gear as weapons of choice. The common opinion is that anyone who invests so much time in mastering this sort of weaponry would be better served by training in self-defense. In fact, the user would often hear snide remarks from other combatants ranging from fixers these days to showy and pretentious. But should one let this reputation for technicality drop one's guard when facing an opponent armed with such a finicky piece of equipment, especially if they happen to be a high-ranking fixer or a syndicate officer? One will find a laughable. Containers or cases carry quite a different weight. A weight grave enough for any workshop worth its name to call them coffins. And coffins, as a matter of fact, have a way of inviting butterflies. What the fuck? Okay, lone fixer. Up to 4, baby! Woo! And let's get back to the first one. Oh my god. Okay, let's test them out. Let's test them out. I guess Lei Heng. The heart. Clear selection. Yep. You are number 1. You're number 2. You're number 3, and you're fixer. Go. Lei Heng time. I'm just testing out the trio. Because I'm curious how they will do. Yo! Thought of his shin! That's wild!
기합으로 버텨야지. 배잔병같이 무릎을 꿇고 있는
Of course.
평소처럼 넉살 좋게 같이 상황을 개선해 보시지.
이곳은 위험하니 무리하지 말고 뒤에서 보조만 해도 괜찮습니다.
Why are you so slow?
이곳은 위험하니
You
무리하지
min-rolled speed, I
뒤에서
can't help
보조만
them.
해도 괜찮습니다.
I can't believe the min-rolled speed. But also, my go, Philip Clare. Oh, that looks so cool. Still need to tank that. It's done. There you go, Ego State. Ooh, that is Scorch Field. He has so many fucking buffs on him, dude. Why is he fucking talking again? That's not fair. Why does he keep being targeted? Whatever.
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
Dawn Splitter.
새벽녘.
At the crack of dawn. Holy shit.
마저 태우겠습니다.
Wait, hold on. Oh wait.
나를 비추는
Oh shit! What's that?
거세게 휘몰아쳐.
나머지 제가.
위에서 당신을
잘.
깨지 말아야 이유가 있겠지. 기대하고 있겠습니다, 단테. 여명의 빛과 같이 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 막.
That is my goat.
강난 목숨 죽는 것도 있군. 곧 끝장날 수 있을 것 같은데 소감자들로 효율적인 마무리를 명령하시겠지요, 단테. 여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아. 잠시 아파도 참아주세요. 잠깐할게요. 사람만큼 훌륭한 음악을 만들어주는 건 없어. 그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않군요. 노을빛으로 적합한 조치였습니다. 노을빛으로.
My man.
큰 거 하나 쓸란게 잊어서 흥깨지 말아야.
Oh, fuck. I don't like that we're struggling. It's hopeless. How is it hopeless? Oh. At further plus. Yes. Wait, bruh. We could, yeah. No, I'm keeping your.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
It's actually going really well.
전부 펼쳐내. 나비처럼.
호랑이를 잡으려고 그랬으면 누구도 잡아 며칠 각오를 했어야지.
We're fine. Maybe? Yeah, we're fine. See it? He is.
부드럽게.
Oh no. Shit. I don't know how she's in that. Somehow.
반응형 사출. 전부 조각내보자.
Oh my god!
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
보라고 서 있으면 목 떨어진다.
We're actually beating the shit out of Lei Heng. Like, oh my god. He smiles. Crack of dawn, baby! Oh, he looks so cool.
여면
Yo! Yeah, he ran space. That is straight up ran space.
마저 태우겠습니다.
아래 여기까지 온 것도 징한 일이다. 근데 요시히데야 이길라면 그 칼을 싸게 뽑았어야지.
So cool. Oh, that's... Man.
순조롭게 끝났군요. 꽤 고생할 것이라고
Hey,
생각했습니다.
Elements, what I get?
여러분들이 파우스트가
GP.
생각했던 것보다 유능했던
Yeah, let's do a mirror. Let's do a mirror dungeon with them. Probably just gonna try bringing the trio. Yeah, let's try just bringing the trio now. What do I want? What's that? Wing-shaped waxen candle. You know what? Yeah, sure. I think that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do extreme, and if I can't, I'll just do ultra. Try to do 10 floors. I think some econ ego gifts will be nice. Also, wing shaped wax, that's new, and that buffs the dawn office teams. Let's see. Probably forgotten. No, how about a bit? Because we can get that. And that for the girl. Yeah, let's go for that. I guess. First time I'm gonna do extreme with friends. But they do look really fun. Yeah.
공세가 시작되기 전에 파우스트가 나서겠습니다. 칼날 사출. 나비가 날개짓 하듯.
새벽녘
Hold on. I just realized something.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜.
I just realized
저에게 행복하게 할 수 있다면
that technically
다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수
technically Dawn Office Fixer Philip
어떤 두려움과
is now the best user of Tears of the Tarnished in a weird way. Because he'll retreat and he might clear Flower Burning Pin on himself so he won't kill himself. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna have to try that, but I'm scared. What did he say?
이곳은 위험하니 무리하지 말고 뒤에서 보조만 해도 괜찮습니다.
날 신경 쓰는 것보다 자네 생각하는 게 좋을걸? 제일 중요한 걸로 적으로다.
여전히 무섭고 겁이나. 그럼에도
I can't believe they gave him a fucking cutscene. That is wild to me. That is wild.
잘 이용하지 못하셔서
I don't think I'm gonna do extreme. Like not gonna do this full thing because it's already pretty late. I've been streaming for an hour, so I'm gonna do the 5 floors, and I'm gonna leave it for some updates.
보수적인 효과를 여전히 무섭고 겁이나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
나쁘진 않았으니 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨습니다.
저 수감자는 기억해두겠습니다, 단테. 면담에서 취하할 만한 일이 생겼을 때 언급하라는 것도
잘못 잡지 않도록
지시인지라.
최선을 다할게요. 선배를, 스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서
That's new.
기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면 그 어떤 두려움도 저 여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
새벽녘
That's such a cool ability.
그럭 저 수감자는 기억해두겠습니다, 단테.
여명의 빛과 같이
면담에서 취하할 만한 일이 생겼을 때
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록
상부의 지시인지라.
거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
그간의 전투 경험이 있어.
Oh shit!
수 없어.
I did just realize something.
급한
If I am gonna do extreme with Philip, there might be a problem with how the SP thing interacts. There might be a problem with how the SP adversity interacts with that. Yeah, with his SP gimmick. Yeah. What do we want? Oop, we've been spent, which is good. We're gonna get as well. They come on Heart Flame. That's help burn. No. Checked. Perversionist. Ooh, polarization is very good as well. Technically, also the first time using a Tremor team. Guess this is Burn Tremor. I don't know.
발목 잡지 않도록 최선을 다할게요. 선배를, 스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면 이
여명의 빛과
끝에서
같이
다음의 기쁨을 만들지 말고.
이렇게들 허약해서야. 자네 많이 지쳐.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
여명의 빛과 같이
나비가 날개짓 하겠다.
고운 맛이 나는군. 저 수감자는 기억해두겠어.
So far, it's easy because it's literally first floor.
면담에서 취하할 만한 일이 생겼을 때 언급하라는 것도 상부의 지시인지라.
Okay, that's pretty good. Now we get copy prints. Let's see if we can get. There it is. Yeah, I felt it in my bones. Chicken, but okay.
발목 잡지 않도록 최선을 다할게요. 선배를, 스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면
여명의 빛과 같이
이 끝에서 닿겠지. 만수리 나가
저
역시 우리
수감자는
사무소의 자랑이야.
기억해두겠습니다. 단테.
세금이
면담에서 취하할 만한 일이 생겼을
전에
때 언급
많이 뒤쪽고
상부의 지시인지라. 제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이
칼날 사출.
단테. 이런
이렇게도
부수적인
허약했어야.
효과를 기대했었죠.
Okay, I'm getting all the defense house chicken. Life is good. Okay. Wait. Actually, that's good. Tremor burn.
최선을 다할게요.
I'm sorry, Froggy. But you're getting slimed by the dawn offer.
이 노을이 식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게 타블라라.
칼날 사출.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
나머지는 제가.
이런 건 고참이 하는 거야.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고
나비가
싶지 않아.
날개짓하듯. 나쁘진 않았습니다.
그 부위가 제일
이렇게들
거칠어버릴 것이라는
허약해서야.
걸 알고 나섰나, 파우스트 씨.
Okay. Now, what do I want? Do I want? I definitely don't want the bloody needle and thread, or whatever the fuck was it called. Maybe that. Maybe Tango Marinade. Tango Marinade is good. Tango Marinade is generally good, but I feel like let's go for it. No, I didn't get it. Well, run sold. Restore it. Nah. Ooh, rebate that is good. Bio Venom might actually carry. Bio Venom might actually carry the run. Yeah. Rebate? Ah, hold on. Let's see if I roll anything good. Blue zipper is nice. Oh wait, isn't there a... Okay, I have to... Because I'm pretty sure there is a fusion. Gift... Spice... From these, isn't there? No! Okay, I mean, it's more curious. So... Maybe I'm missing one more piece, right? I'm missing one piece. The one piece is real.
입장해 보지.
설령 녹아내려 추락하더라도 괜찮니? 이 노을이 식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게 타올라라.
여명의 빛과 같이.
그래. 그렇게 시원하게 처음
이렇게들
오늘
후회하는
맛이 나는군. 이 처리는 빠르게 하는 생명력 덜 답답한 먹이지.
마저 태우겠습니다.
50, bro. 50 rolling blazing strike. I don't want anyone telling me that from Soldado Sinclair is nearly as good as the Sedana.
나머지 체계력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
벌가미들이 흥겨워하는군.
여전히
대체로 차를
나보다 날개짓
그러면
체계력을
멈추고
잘
싶지 않아.
이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
잡아 쫓아보시죠.
Nah. Tango Marinade is good, and I guess Burning Flies. Okay. That's good. We don't do that. That's NDA. NDA is generally goaded. Yeah, let's go Burning Names. Fragment of Hellfire. Cool. Let's beat the shit out of it.
발목 잡지
Let's beat the Brazen Bull.
최선을 다할게요.
Trick the water beast.
설령 녹아내려 추락하더라도 괜찮니? 이 노을이 식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게 타올라라.
여명의 빛과 같이.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록
Ah, unlucky.
거세게
5%.
휘몰아쳐라.
잘했습니다. 보충하죠.
이런 건 고참이 하는 거야.
제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이 아닙니다, 단테. 이런 보수적인 효과를
여전히 기대고
기대해서
겁이 그럼에도
나보다 날개짓하게.
멈추고 싶지 않아.
That is so much damage.
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
This might genuinely be my favorite faction now. I really like Philip already. This is just Philip upscale,
나아갈 수 없어.
so that's fun. Early on the burn gift. Did not know that. When the battle turned to burn ego gifts. I probably meant to paraffin and fire it down. I
공세가
might have
시작되기
this.
전에 파우스트가 나서겠습니다.
설령 무관이랑 추락하더라도 괜찮니? 이 노을이 식지 않도록
여명의 빛과
뜨겁게
그래
많이 지쳐.
그렇게
많았습니다.
그
나를 비추는
보이가
주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록
Roll heads, please.
휘몰아쳐.
Whatever.
파우스트
나를
씨
비추는 주홍빛이
Oh,
꺼지지
fuck.
않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐.
I forgot. I forgot it's gonna reuse that.
창의적인 발상이고
나머지는 제가
그래도
Chill out! It's just a candle.
떠올리지 않았으면 좋겠는데 제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고
아.
오는 것이
왜?
아닙니다, 단테. 이런 보수적인 효과를 기대했었죠.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
나비가 날개짓하듯
그간의 전투 경험이
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
단테. 적합한 조치였습니다.
God damn!
보이가 번질러진
This team is kinda insane. I mean,
우선
these are
잘
this is insane.
잘라냈길 기대하겠습니다.
What's that?
그럼 입장해 보지.
I literally just beat your ass.
행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면 그 어떤
How many
기쁨도
times do we have to do this?
저를 도망치게 할 수 없을 거예요.
한량 사출 나비가 날개짓하듯 나쁘진 않았습니다.
그 보이가
역시 우리 사무소의
거칠
자랑이야.
것이란 색은 알고 나서나 파우스트 씨.
제가
그래,
보태죠.
그렇게 시원하게
나를
처리하니
비추는 주홍빛이
버릇
꺼지지
마시는
않도록 거세게
일정 빠르게
휘몰아쳐라.
덜
나를
답답한
비추는
거지.
주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
창의적인 발상이군. 그래도 가급적
나머지는
전투를
제가
끌리진 않았으면 좋겠는데. 제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이 아닙니다, 단테. 이런 보수적인 효과를
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고
나비가
싶지 않아.
날개짓하듯
그간의 전투 경험이
역시 우리 사무소네
단테.
많이 지쳐.
적합한
나를
조치였습니다.
비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록
How many attacks, like,
휘몰아쳐라.
they're gonna fall up now?
나를
Or
비추는
not. She can't
주홍빛이
reuse it,
꺼지지
so
않도록
that's true.
거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
But, yeah. Yeah, now they follow up, because he uses S3. This is insane. The amount of attacks this team makes is wild. Tier 1 office and such, or something. I know her? Okay, fine. Yeah, enter the haze.
발목 잡지 않도록
Oh, we're so dead.
최선을 다할게요. 선배를
I have never ducked a fade in my life, dude.
이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면
여명의 빛과
그
같이.
어떤 두려움도
나비가 날개짓하듯
멈추게 할 수 없어.
이것이 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라. 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 만들지 말고.
잘했습니다. 보충하죠.
새벽녘.
그간의 전투
One cycle.
없진 않았고
One fucking cycle, by the way.
적합한
One.
조치였습니다.
This is insane. Dude, genuinely, Lei Heng is such a pushover now. I am scared what will Kanto 10 bring.
선배를, 스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면, 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면, 그 어떤 여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
Yes, just delete him.
나를 비추는
그렇게
주빛이
시원하게
꺼지지 않도록
처리하니
거세게
보는 맛이
휘몰아쳐라.
일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 더
이렇게들 후약해서야.
잘했습니다. 보충하죠.
이런 건 고참이 하는 거야.
칼날 사출. 나비가 날개짓한 활력을 잘
나를
이용하지
비추는
못하셨을
주빛이 꺼지지 않도록
Oh, man.
휘몰아쳐라. 나를 비추는 주빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
잘했습니다. 보충하죠.
이렇게들 허약해서야. 여명의 빛과 같이
망설이면 나아갈 수 없어.
그간의
Yikes.
전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 딴테 적합한 조치였습니다.
That's a demon. So, plus is good. That's good. That's good. Lithograph will help. Let's get the trimmer. What's for the tears? Yes, please. Ooh, we're already there. I mean, if we get free. Okay. No worry, babe. Unlucky.
그럼 입장해 보지.
You again!
선배,
This is the third time I fuck you!
할 수 있다면 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을
칼날
나눌 수
사출.
있다면
나쁘진 않았습니다.
그
어떤
보이는
두려움도
제가 지적거릴 것이라는 걸 알고 나서나 파우스트 씨
새벽녘.
마저
그래
태우겠습니다.
그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군. 일 처리는
Yeah, he's not like Malfaust, he doesn't gain it.
방법이지.
Um.
여명의 빛과 같이.
나쁘진 않았습니다.
귀찮은 부위가 번질러진 모양이죠, 관리자. 우선순위를 잘 운영해서 잘라냈고
No, he only activates on Sinclair. Okay. Jeez. Okay, yeah, we were feeling very red today.
칼날
나를
사춘.
비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
Obliteration. God damn. Fuck. I mean, what did I expect? Yeah, give me a DA. Give me polarization. Do I? It's gonna help. I could either head into that. I think I'm gonna go into Miracle 20. Yeah. Let's try and get Miracle. Although, nah. Let's try and get Miracle. Sure. I mean, get it. Yeah.
여러분은
Oh, let's really feel that. I did not expect that.
공세가 시작하기 전에
For the happy plushie. And I'll run. I think I'll run Mobius for 5.
당신의 판단을 따를게. 선배를 스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수
여명의 빛과 같이
그 어떤 두려움도 저를 도망치게 할 수 없을 거예요. 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
나머지는 제가.
새벽녘 자네 많이 지쳤군.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군. 이리저리
나쁘진 않았습니다.
덜 답답한 거지.
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
칼날 사춘.
노을빛으로 자네 많이 지쳤군.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
저 수감자는 기억해두겠습니다.
They're so cool. Holy shit.
치아할 만한 일이 생겼을 때 언급하라는 것도
그럼
상당 지시인지라.
입장해 보지.
설령 누가 내려 추락하더라도 괜찮으니 이 노을이 식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게
여명의 빛과
타올라라.
같이
나비가 날개짓 하듯.
그래, 그렇게
역시
시원하게
우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
보는 맛이 나는 일처리는 빠르게 하는
이런 건
답답한
참이 하는 거야.
제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이
여전히 무섭고
아닙니다.
그럼에도
He went on full of wrath.
부수적인 효과가 있죠.
He's so wrathful.
나라도
나를
했으니
꺼지지 않도록 거세게
이만한
휘몰아치라.
이유군요. 새벽녘
나비가 날개짓하듯 나쁘진 않았습니다. 실력을 잘
그간의
이용하지
전투 경험이
못하셨을 뿐.
쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 딴딴 적합한 조치였습니다. 얼간이들이 흥겨워하는군. 대체로 저럴 땐 이유가
칼날
있는
사출.
법인데 만리자
나갈 수 없어.
쳐보시죠.
이렇게도
실력을 잘
기억했습니다.
이용하지 못하셨을 뿐. 전부 펼쳐내. 나비처럼.
Yikes. I don't know what to tell you. These identities, man, genuinely do not. Oh, what the? Thanks. That'll help. Do not skip this one first. Unironically. So I just need
공세가 시작되기 전에
the plushie,
파우스트가 나섰습니다.
and this sack, and I get the jolly plushies. Good.
설령 누가 내려 추락하더라도 괜찮으니 이 노을이 식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게 타올라라.
칼날 사출. 나비가 날개짓하듯 나쁘진 않았습니다.
나를 비추는 주빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아치라.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이
이런 건 고참이 하는
일처리
거야.
마르게 하는 편이 더 답답한 법이지.
여명의 빛과 같이
망설이면 나아갈 수 없어.
실력을 잘 이용하지
나를 비추는
못하셨을 뿐.
주빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아치라. 여전히 무섭고 망설이면 나아갈 수 없어.
Okay. There you go, gift sack. Set of the good aroma. Good. Nickamillion stew pot is good. And need the plushie. Come on. There's no plushie. We need the plushie. Hello? Where is it? Special contract. It's really good. Fuck. Let's get Ash. I mean, the plushie is one of the floor ones. What does that do? No, those are fusion gifts. I I really wish I could look at what that does. Because I don't know. Ah, fuck. I'm googling it. Mirror, dungeon, ego, gifts. Great Limbus library. It's burn. It's 2 free. What do you mean? That is secret cookbook. This good, yeah, 5 or more identities have access to apply burn. We don't do that. Like we have 5 or more in the team, but they're not active. So no. Wait, I already have it. I have to finish it. I didn't mean the rock, but I'll get it. You know, like that is a piece for I forgot the name. It is a piece for fragments of something. You know.
행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수만
I don't remember.
그
Lunar memory. Yeah, it's a piece of lunar memories.
나비가 날개짓 하기. 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
이렇게들 허약해서야. 자네 많이 지쳤군. 이렇게들 허약해서야.
제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이 아닙니다.
칼날 사출.
이런 보수적인 효과를
나를 비추는 주옥빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 만들지 말고
결에
나를 비추는
그렇게
주옥빛이 꺼지지
시원하게
않도록
처리하니
거세게
마시는
휘몰아쳐라.
일처리는
너 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
반복이지.
나를 비추는
이렇게들
주옥빛이
허약해서
꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 딴데 적합한 조치였습니다.
칼날 사출.
망설임 나
저수감자 기억해두겠습니다.
나를
이렇게들
비추는 주옥빛이 꺼지지 않도록
연단에서
거세게
치아할 만한 일이 생겼을 때
휘몰아쳐라.
언급하라는 나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 훌륭한
Bro, I mean, shit.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도
60.
멈추고 싶지 않아.
That shit rolls 60.
나를 비추는 주옥빛이 꺼지지 않도록.
What the fuck?
너 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐. 전부 펼쳐내. 나비처럼.
Oh my god, bro. I mean, this whole part is not this. It's just wild. It's like there's nothing else I can say. It's dawn, dude. Okay. That's new. A micro textbook. Is this a new gift? They've given textbook. Hellfire.
공세가 시작되기 전에
Are we gonna find
포스트가
Lucia
나서겠습니다.
in the thing? No? Well, that's gonna suck. We only find Lucia. Yeah, if I'm gonna find Lucia.
스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨 여전히 무섭고 고민. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
이런 건 참이 하는 거야. 전에 많이 지쳐.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
Okay, classical guards are unironically so goaded.
우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이 아닙니다, 단테. 이런 보수적인 효과를 기대했었죠.
칼날 삽출.
새벽녘. 이렇게들 후야.
그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보라를
나를
마시는
비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록
이를 처리는 빠르게
거세게
Oh man.
피몰아쳐라.
방법이지.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이
Go
꺼지지
good.
않도록
Yeah.
거세게.
That's my Sinclair.
넘어서 제가
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 말하지 말고.
그간의 전투 경험이
Ill
쓸모없진 않았고
I'm sure. Yeah, he just fucking ate that. He just ate that and didn't complain. Oh my god.
칼날
We say
삽출.
he's insane.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 피몰아쳐라.
Crack your dawn, baby.
여명이
This skill is so cool.
저 수감자는 기억해두겠습니다.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록
면담에서
거세게
시험할 만한 일이
피몰아쳐라.
생겼을 때 언급하라는 것도 상부의 지시인지라.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아. 말하지 말고.
새벽녘.
나를
실력을 잘
그렇게
이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
새벽녘.
이만한
전에 많이 지쳤고. 이렇게들 후약해서
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 피몰아쳐라.
He did kind of become a cutscene merchant. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this team is kind of cutscene merchants. Because if we keep popping then Haskell Freeze, we're just gonna keep getting cutscenes. Okay. I don't use seconds. Okay. Doesn't. I don't care. I don't want to fight him. I would win. Oh fuck, he has a really good ego gift. Oh wait, I can just do that. Yeah. Oh wait, I already have that. I already had it. Cool.
공세가 시작되기 전에 파우스트가 나서겠습니다.
선배를 스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면 그 어떤 두려움도 저를 도망 여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이 아닙니다, 단테. 이런 보수적인 효과를
여명이
기대했었죠.
빛과
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 피몰아쳐라. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
새벽녘
Nah. Roland! Hold on! Roland from Library of Ruin on the Nintendo Switch!
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐.
I actually got lightheaded from yelling that.
그렇게 시원하게 쳐다네 보는
많이 지쳤군.
I actually got lightheaded from yelling at Roland. Oh my god.
잘 이용하지 못하셨을 때
여명의 빛과 같이
나아갈 수 없어. 나를 비추는
I know,
주홍빛이
actually.
꺼지지 않도록 거세게 나를
Um,
비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게
It doesn't matter. It's too bad, whatever.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 때
But yeah, I don't skip out on this full progress. Just don't. This team is insane. Yeah, but can't believe I got Roland from Library of Around Nintendo Switch
나비처럼
on the stream. Oh my god.
역시 우리 사무소에
이렇게들 허약해
나비가 날개짓하듯 실력을 잘 이용하지
나를
못하셨을
비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐.
Alright. Sure. Okay. Sucks. Got everybody's skills are replaced for now. We're doing good. Phantom Pain, my goat. The game really wants me to get Ancient Effigy. Okay. Yes, I'll get Ancient. Let me enhance gifts, actually, before I... Yeah. Is rebate token gonna do its thing? I guess not. I guess it isn't. I guess it's... Yeah, sure. Just don't activate at all. That's fine. Let's go. Now you activate after I upgrade everything. Yeah, no, cool. I mean, shit. So yeah, this is gonna be last floor.
공세가 시작되기 전에
Last boss, because it's pretty late. I've been streaming for 2 hours already. One of which was just reading. Oh, I really thought I'd be fighting. Oh wait, there's two.
스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면 그 어떤 둘이 여전히 무섭고 고민. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
That's my go.
나를 비추는 주옥빛
Still rolls like 15 when he hits head, when he hits tails. That's goated actually.
꺼지지
게
않도록
처리하니
거세게
그런 맛이 나는군.
휘몰아쳐라.
일 처리는
나머지
빠르게
제가
덜 답답한 법이지.
나비가 날개짓 하듯
역시 우리 이런 건 참이 하는 거야.
This team just has so many attacks. This isn't even a full team. I feel they
인간이들이
would be
흥겨워하는
so strong
대체로 저럴 때
if you put them in a fully functioning team.
이유를 잡아 쫓아보시죠.
칼날 사출
새벽녘
제가 부탁해
나를 비추는 주옥빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
There we go. Now we fight him.
그를 사들고
Okay.
아닙니다. 딴데
Cool.
이런 부수적인 효과를 기대했었죠.
칼날 사출
나를 비추는 주옥빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
I'm sorry, Lucio.
나를 비추는 주옥빛이 꺼지지 않도록
I am sorry.
휘몰아쳐라.
I thought Lucio got obliterated. I just saw like a red stain on the floor. I thought that was Lucio.
나를 비추는 주옥빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
전부 펼쳐내 나비처럼
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
Raccoon Dawn! Hell yeah!
곧 여명이 찾아오겠지.
Oh my god!
마저 태우겠습니다.
Just obliterate him. I want that man dead!
칼날 사출 전부 펼쳐내 나비처럼
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐
나를 비추는 주옥빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 딴테 적합한 조치였습니다.
Yep, we will enter that. And okay. Knowing your gift, sadly. Actually, it's probably one of the better ones. Okay. But yeah, that is whoever just joined, that one concurrent viewer. Unfortunate, because I am literally about to end stream. I will continue this. I will continue floor 6 through 15 next stream. I don't know when exactly, but next run, assuming Limbus Company, I'll be continuing this run because it's getting late. For me at least, and I've been streaming for 2 hours already. So yeah. Peace. I'll see you later. And remember to crack that doll. That didn't make sense. Whatever.